Hi guys, welcome back to another update on Angus, the 1977 Mini. In today's episode I'm going to clean up the bulkhead on the car. Something that I should have really done a long time ago, but I didn't. So I'm going to do it now. So sit back, relax and hope you enjoy. Right, I've stopped that process temporarily with the wire wheel, and I've hoovered up all the black tarry filings. They're still quite soft, so I've managed to hoover them up without embedding too much into the floor, because it's a nightmare to clean off that stuff and I don't have any thinners at the moment. I need to order more up, so I've hoovered it up, given it put a little sheet over it. So what I'm going to do now to get rid of all this black tar is I've got a chisel here, and I'll just scrape all this off and then attack it again with the wire wheel. So I'll do that just now. I'm just trying to do the job as clean as possible, because I don't want to spend hours and hours cleaning the garage. I try to keep the garage clean as it is, because it's a very limited space in here, very confined, and it's very easily messed up. So if you can keep your working area in your garage or your workshop or wherever you're doing your work clean and tidy, it just makes life so much easier. And also I like my tools to be organised as well, so if they're all put away nicely I know exactly where they are. So I'll scrape all this tar off and then get back on it with the wire wheel. That's most of the black tarry stuff scraped off it, and as you can see there, that's quite a little pile. So what I'll do now is I'll get the wire wheel back into it and continue where I left off, and hopefully there won't be as much black tar droplets over the car. So yeah, let's get the wire wheel back into that and finish off cleaning it up. That's me finally cleaned up the bulkhead there. I just done the rest of it off camera. Used a variety of tools. The wire wheel attachments on the air grinders, on the drill, obviously on the grinder, my finger sanders and my mini air grinder, because there was a couple of little holes here just where I hadn't fully welded them, so I filled them in with weld just to tidy them up, and also knock the heads back on some of the welds that I'd done previously. Just finishing off jobs that I'd done a couple of years ago. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this a little hoover out. As you can see there, it's quite dusty. I have been hoovering it in between stages, mainly just to keep me clean and keep the garage clean as well. I've went over the top dash rail as well. I forgot all about that. So that's been wire wheeled back, and that's cleaned up pretty well. So when I paint the bulkhead, I can paint the dash rail as well. So now what I think I'll do is I'll get the seam sealer out, and then we'll get all these seams sealed up once and for all. Help keep the wind out, I suppose. This is the seam sealer that I'm going to be using, the Granville stuff. I've used this stuff for years, and it's I've always found it pretty good. There are other seam sealers available, but this is the stuff that I use, and like I say, it works quite well. Links to that in the description. So let's get this sealed up. That's the seam sealer now on it. I was going to crust it, totally forgot all about it, but to be fair, the seams are pretty clean anyway, so I'll just go with the primer and let that dry off. So tomorrow I'll give it a coat of etch primer. You would have noticed that I didn't take any care or attention, I just slapped it on. That's just because that's roughly how it looked when I took the car apart. They were never neat from the factory, and the purpose of seam sealer is really just to seal up the seams. So yeah, I've just put it back to roughly how it was. Once it's painted and what have you, I'll be fine. So let this dry up overnight, and tomorrow we'll come back and we'll give it a coat of etch primer, and hopefully that'll be that done. That's the seam sealer. Had a couple of days to dry out. I was too busy yesterday, so I couldn't get on it. Popped up to Kev's to check on his project. It's coming along nicely. So I've got just over half a can of etch primer left, so I'll give that a coat. That should hopefully be enough to cover that, and then I'll give it a coat of undercoat after that. This is just a temporary coating on it anyway. The whole car will get rubbed down when it's time to get painted, but this just helps protect it. So let's get the primer on it, the etch primer on it, and then I think we'll wrap it up at that. That's me giving it a coat of primer again. I'll let this all dry up, and then once it's all dried up I'll go over the rest of the bulkhead and the dash rails again, so that it's all one colour. But that'll do it for just now anyway, and yeah, quite happy with that. The seam sealers turned out quite well as well under there. So yeah, another step forward. Anyway guys, I'll wrap it up here for just now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.